what I want you to think is, I don't have a client. Where can I add value? And all of you add value in different ways. So there was a question that was asked on one of your reports. Was like, what did you do outside of to help the salon?
At the end, we're going to give them a
What did you
quiz
do
so you can
outside
have
of
one of
the
those for
standard?
now.
Do you remember that question? Because somebody told me they fluff the pillows. And that seems little, but if no one fluffs the pillows, then the front doesn't look good. Someone told me that it was stuff I never see. Somebody told me that they fixed the coffee bar. Somebody told me, it was such random stuff that I don't do. So how can you find value? It's not just cleaning, and it's not just add-on services. It's walking around and being aware. Is the front desk drowning? Is there 5 people up front, and you're sitting in the office, right? Because there's lots of backroom space to find. And there's 5 people deep up front. Can you greet someone? Maybe you can't check them out, but can you greet someone? Can you offer someone coffee? Can you get a beverage? Because they're going to run away to get a beverage and leave 4 people up there. How can you add value instead of sitting? That's what that post was about. And it's just clarifying, you move to Stylist, but there is no time to sit, especially in season. If an associate's drowning and they have 3 shampoos, you're going to shampoo for them. You don't have someone in your chair, but you're being paid to do something. So find something. And I encourage you, stylists want to add on services, but sometimes they're telling their guests no because they're looking around and everybody's busy, but they don't see you available to do whatever it is. Does that make sense what I'm saying? So that's what that means. When you have floor time, it's adding value to everyone around you, because just because there's no appointments on your book, that doesn't mean that there's not a space for you to do stuff. There's lots of stuff to do. Does that make sense? So if you have a question about that or you need help finding a way to add value, I'll be happy to help you. But it is not sitting in an office or back room. Fair? Okay, there's your new report. So just take a second and write your lowest one for the month, what you're going to do to fix that behavior.
First of all, thanks for being here. Thanks for, after the long weekend and Thanksgiving and family and everything that's been going on. It's kind of hard. It's always hard to get restarted again after a holiday. So I appreciate you being here and all on time and ready to go. At, what was it, 9, 8:45?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
9.
Wow. Okay, well, thank you. So you started going over what happened for you in November, for each of you individually in November, right? So you each came up with metrics. If you were on the floor, you weren't, so that wouldn't apply to you. We're going to go over 2 parts today. One is your support of a stylist. That is, you're working with a stylist as a co-stylist. That's part 1. And then the other part that we're going to do is what she's already been talking to you about, and that is your personal results on the floor. So a couple of new things I'm introducing to you for this month is an opportunity for you to earn more based on performance, based on whatever happens with those metrics that we're looking at. So on the sheet that I gave you, which you can now turn over and take a look at, this tells you what the potential for you as a stylist on the floor this month can earn in addition to what you already are earning. So the 3 metrics are pre-book, retail per guest, and Luxe service add-ons. And I heard somebody talking before about getting a lot of memberships or Luxe blowouts. So obviously retail per guest becomes an issue if you're the only person doing their blowout or you're doing their shampoo and everything for them. But in the other area where you can work with them on is on the Luxe services. Now, some people took our Luxe upgrades very seriously last month. Some really found what they love and took them very seriously. There were 4 out of 8 stylists here that were over 33% at the Promenade. There were 4 at the Village. Sarah's one of the other real champions over there. And there were 3 at Bayfront that took it on as if it was something. And some people literally just said, I'm not doing it. And it's obvious. They just aren't doing it. They're just kind of gave up and made up their mind that it's not for them. So we've got a wide range, and you're working with all those people. So you're working with the people who do, the people who don't, the people who will, the people who won't. So I'm going to, in a minute, we're going to go, after we go over this first part, this is your part, we're going to go over what your role is as a co-stylist. So for your part here, this is real simple. You were just looking at the metrics, right? You were just checking out pre-book, retail per guest, and Lux Services, those 3 metrics. Pretty simple here. It explains how you earn that extra money, right? Do you see that on there? Okay. The minimum requirement is that you are at least 50% booked when you're on the floor. So, that's a standard that we're looking at. So you can still take walk-ins, but you're at least 50% of your time is occupied with guests. It's paid on the hours that you're booked. There's an additional one. This is brand new, which is if you have new requests. That's how many cards you're passing out. So those are people asking for you. Anybody have any questions about that one? That's directly from your card. So it's $5 for everyone that you get to come in that is referred to you, asks for you. A lot of people get new business, but it's salon business. They come in because you're the most open. This is people specifically because you wowed somebody, you made somebody feel great, they love you, they're out there talking about you, you gave them cards, you told them about a referral plan, and they're out there talking about you and passing out cards too. So we're looking at that number for that. So by the way, I'm going to give you a quiz at the end of this too, so you want to make sure you fully understand this, because I do need you to know what it is in order to work it for the month. So pretty simple. Any questions about how it works?
For when, people who are requested, so like supposed to calls, if someone calls and asks for you, is that?
Yep, they can call. Yep, there's somebody who specifically says, I want a haircut by Eliza. And there's a way they notate that in the system, to put a little heart by it, that says that they asked for you.
Okay.
The reason why they do that too is if they ever had to move somebody, if it's a request, they're not going to move it to somebody. So, if somebody's sick or something like that. So that's how it's notated. That's how we know the difference.
Okay.
And we have those numbers for, I don't know if that was on the report that you had or not, referrals. I have them here anyway.
No, there's no frozen.
Okay.
It's on the back.
Oh,
New clients is on the back. Mine printed like,
I don't know.
okay. I know,
So
I don't know why it printed like that, but do you see what it?
I'm going to give you more paper. So hang on a second. Anybody who's at the promenade, would you give them one of those? Anybody at Bayfront, would you give them one of those?
This is Bayfront?
Yep. This is very similar to the one you already have.
Can you give this to Andy?
Very similar to the one you already have. This is what's going to be posted in the back room every day.
Only.
Just Bayfront. He gets Bayfront, you get
Oh,
promenade.
never
Yeah.
mind, my bad. Oh,
This is you.
my bad.
That should be
And
Bayfront.
Village.
You get Village. Village.
I'll give you
Okay, so who else we're talking to that's not here is who?
Katie is out of town,
Katie,
Elizabeth is sick, and Nicole
Elizabeth.
her son is sick.
And Nicole.
Those are the 3 we're missing.
Okay. One out of town, 2 sick? Okay. Katie, Elizabeth, Nicole, you'll get copies of these because this is for you too. You have to know and understand this from wherever you're watching this, so make sure you do that. So this is a summary of everything. This is the new way it's going to be reported. This is what you see in the back of the salons each week. This is for the entire month. Do you have one for Bayfront?
No, I think I have Dilma.
You have Village, so
This is-
Bayfront.
This is Bayfront.
This is for the month,
This is the whole month.
whole month, yep. You see it by week.
This is,
Village.
These are posted in the back room by day and then by week, but right now this one is for the entire month. So this has your results for Lux Services as well. So it lists your percentage on that far right column, your percentage of Lux Services for each guest. So more information to take in. You got the first sheet that they passed out earlier. This is the same information, just shown in a different format, and it also has Lux Services on here. This is what you're going to pull your information from. This is what you're going to pull your co-stylist information from. Now, what's different on here is this also, well, you said it did on the other one. This also has the new requests clients on here. So how many did you have for the month? New requests will be here.
oh, no.
Okay, 0? Okay. For you, how many on your sheet, new requests?
Stylist. And
That's this column here.
2.
2,
4.
4, Andy? 1, 2, 5, and yeah, you're not on there, not yet, you're coming. Okay. So this will be posted daily, a daily report, which you're already looking at.
This one's new clients.
Yeah, put this one aside for now. We don't need this one right now.
This one's the phone.
You're just going to use this, because this is new request. There's a difference between new request and new. I know you got a lot of information in front of you, okay, but you got to learn how to read all this. The main thing to worry about is this one here, the one I just gave you. That's the one you're going to look at each day. So you also want to look on there and see what stylists you work for and see what their results were. So whatever stylists you work for on a regular basis, how their results are. So you work with Christy, and what were her results?
Great. For what?
For the 3 metrics. Lux percentage,
80 lux percentage. She got 16, but relook is 84. Resale her guess is $10, 84 cents, and SPG is 1.81.
1.8, okay. So, questions about these? So who do you, go ahead.
So for the Lux, when it says next to my name, it's the ones that I did personally?
Correct. That's on the guest that you did,
Okay.
personally, not as a co-stylist.
Okay.
So as a co-stylist, you may have still done them, but you're doing them with your co-stylist. You're doing them with, who do you work with mostly, Brenda?
Lisa.
Lisa? Lisa, okay. So that would be your, so Lisa's results are your results as well. So you would be looking at Lisa. You would be looking at David and Ludby, okay? You would be looking at Virginia and Mackenzie, so their results. You would be looking at Brenda and Yelly, okay? So what were their results for the month?
For which one?
The 3. Give me the 3 metrics. So that's whenever I say results, that's the 3 that we're talking about. So we're talking about Retoppergas, pre-book, and Lux services, percentages, Lux service percentage.
Brenda's pre-book was 86.
Okay, that scores.
Lux services were 36. RPGs was $10.45. SPG was 1.77.
Okay, that's Brenda?
Yes.
Okay, so that's called a home run, okay? A home run is where they hit all 3 metrics. So that's well done. Next. Who's the next one?
Yelly,
Mhm.
her pre-book was 87. Lux services was 39. RPGs was $10.13. And SPGs was 1.68.
Okay, all right, so which ones was she successful on?
Pre-book, RPG,
And what was her Lux?
39.
39, so all 3 for her as well. So that's another home run, okay? See, you work with Virginia and Mackenzie? Okay, what were their, just do their 3. Lux,
For Virginia is 73% pre-book, the Lux is 27, and the RPG is 640.
okay, and Mackenzie?
Okay, Mackenzie's 76% pre-book, Lux is 21%, and RPG is 8%.
Okay, okay. You just have your results, so what are your results then?
Appointments, 19. Oh, okay. Pre-book, 53%.
Okay,
Lux upgrade, 53. RPG, 0. And SPG.
okay, that's good. There's just those 3. So,
1.5.
so the ones you hit, you were close with pre-book, because 60% is your goal for pre-book.
Mhm.
And Lux Services, you're well over 33, right? Almost at half.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. You work with Lisa.
Yeah, so pre-book, she had 96. Lux services, 19%. And RPG, $5.35. So
Okay.
her highest was pre-book.
So that's the one she hit on, right?
Mhm.
Okay, and for David and Ludby?
David, pre-book it's 66%. RPG is 1.6, and then SPG is 1.58.
Okay, that's David?
Yes.
Okay. Next one?
And then Ruby, his big book is 63. That's like upgrade, or no, RPG is 4.13, and then his SPG is 1.8.
Okay, perfect. So now you know, and then you can see yours on there too, right? Your number. So now you know where these numbers come from, because these you're going to have to look at the sheet every day and record who you're working with, what their results were, because their results are your results. You have a guest here, right? So I'm going to let you go take care of her, and we'll finish this up, because we're keeping her waiting and tell her. And I think somebody's mom is here too. Almost. We're almost coming. Okay, so any questions about any of this information? This is for the whole month. This is the whole month of November, okay? And you can see on here, if you have any questions, any concerns, you need coaching or support on them, there are people in each location who have been really successful at each one of these. So this is where you can develop your muscles and get stronger in an area that's weak for you. The reason why I'm going to be spending a lot of time on this is because when that foundation is built solidly, when you have that foundation of the 6 steps, your growth happens much faster than if you're only doing hair. If you're only doing hair and that's it, and you're doing good hair and that's all, but not doing the 6 steps, it will take you longer. It will take you much longer to grow. So you've got to incorporate everything else that adds value to their experience. That's why we look at all these metrics. So it's not just one thing. It's not just, I'm going to survive the haircut, I'm going to survive the blowout, I'm going to survive the color, and just nail that, but everything else goes out the door, which often happens. That is not the full ROP experience. It's only a piece of it. So the way that we know those things are happening are when the offerings are there. Offerings for take home, offerings for how to do their hair at home, offerings for when to come back and visit. Now, I think for the majority of you, you all strengthened the muscle of rebooking. I think you all, it looked to me, from most of you that I saw, had a dramatic increase in rebooking. So I don't know, you've shifted how you have that conversation with people. Have you noticed? Yeah?
Yeah, each week I've
Gone up, right? So I think for most of you, I've seen an increase in that. So you especially have the most amount of time that you'll ever have in your career to spend with a guest. So you want to utilize that time. And one way to utilize that time is deluxe experiences. So that's an opportunity that you won't always have, because you'll hear the stylist talking about it as we go into season. Oh, no, we don't have time for that. We don't have time for that. I'm too busy. Which, by the way, November was busy, but it wasn't, like so over the top that we couldn't take care of guests. We had enough staff, enough support people. We had enough people in the business and enough time with each guest to do all the services that a guest deserves. So that, to me, is not like, oh, we're so busy it's season. Most people, are doing 5 to 6 guests, 4 to 6 guests a day. In an 8-hour day, that's 1 an hour. That's enough time and they're sitting in the back for a lot of the service as well. So it's not like the time isn't there. So now that you know how to read these, so we have 2 things that we're looking at for this month. One is your personal success, your personal growth. That's the first sheet that I showed you, right? The December challenge. This one. So you'll notice on here that your pre-book number is lower than theirs. 75% is their number. Yours is lower. Yours is 60%. That's a gift for the month as we start this up.
So you know how for November you had like the buy one get one free for the services? Is there anything you're doing for the month of December?
That's continuing on
okay.
Because
that helps.
a full cycle of guests is longer than 4 weeks. Usually guests come back 6 weeks on average. So we're going to continue that right now. It's a good question. We are, and what we determined was that most people didn't even start that till 1 week in, because by the time everybody got the message and started getting into the rhythm of it, it was a weekend. So we're going to extend that through December. We'll have some version of that going forward. There will always be something, but right now we're just going to keep that one going since everybody has it now and let that go to get people informed of it. The important thing with that is to let the guests know. They have to know about it. You have to inform them of it. It won't happen. I can tell you that most of the people who had under 10% Lux services, whoever they're working with as an associate and them themselves, they didn't offer those opportunities to guests. That's all it was.
Liz, I want you to also take credit for my numbers as well. You didn't mention that you didn't work with me, but
Because I'm like, sometimes I'm.
you and Nicole do work with me. So please take credit for those numbers.
Yeah, because she was, I think, at the highest number of Lux services in the whole company, over 60.
Oh, wow. Good job.
Yeah. And that does take a team of people to do that. Now, you'll be looking at this on a daily basis. So whoever you work with each day, you'll be recording that. So you won't be lumping the whole month together, but whoever you work with, you'll look at each day to get your score. So if you can pass out that other one. So now take these two for a minute and just set them on your chair beside your floor there next to you so they're out of your way. Take your papers right now, put them on the floor. Yep, pass that one out. For the moment, just put those down. Okay, so you should only have one paper in your hand right now. And that's this one. This is basically the same thing we were just looking at with no numbers in it. Okay, so this here is just what each day is. You'll put your name at the top, what week this is. This is the week of 12/1, so you can go ahead and write that right in the top right there, the week of 12/1.
You guys need pens?
Yeah, I'd rather than a silver marker. Show it
And
to
we're
me.
just gonna fill this in like weekly?
Daily,
Oh, daily, this
Yeah.
is for the, if we, okay.
yeah. So the week of 12/1, so you're going to put the Monday date in there, so the week of 12/1.
So this is who you work with?
Now, you don't know who you're working with yet. That may switch around, so you don't need to fill out the whole thing. You'll just fill this out day by day. If you know what it is, then that's fine too. But if you don't know, that's okay too. So simply, you're just going to take the sheet that gets printed. It's the same sheet we were looking at before. It's going to get printed for each day. You're just going to pull that sheet up, which is in the back room, or you can get it from the computer, and you're going to just fill this in across. Now, column next to stylist name there, it says number of appointments. So if you work with who's working with Lisa? You work with Lisa. However many appointments you have for that day is going to be on that report. So you're going to put that number in there. You're going to put the number of Lux services. That's going to be on that report. You're going to put the percentage. That's going to be on that. You're just really transferring the information over to this. And then the approximate number of hours that you worked that day. If you worked an 8-hour day, you put 8 hours in that slot there. Then it says Lux points. See that column there? Lux points, 25, if they're greater than 33. It's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the 8th column over. So if you are at 33% or higher, you will put 25 points in there. If pre-book is at 75% or higher, the stylist you're working with, so that would be Lisa, that would be David, that would be Ludby, that would be Sarah, Virginia, or Mackenzie, Brenda, and Christy, yeah. So whatever their numbers are. So you have a chance to get 75 points per day, per stylist. So you'll just write in those numbers there, 25, 25, 25, and then the total number of points, and that far column there, and the points possible. So what I'm going to have you do is do a practice one. So I'm going to actually have you take your month sheet that I gave you, and take the stylist that you worked with.
This one.
Yep. No, I want you to actually go through this exercise to fill this out. And I know it says it's for the day, but you're actually going to put the month in one of these days. So pick a day for the week and fill in David and Ludby, Lisa, Mackenzie and Virginia, and Sarah. You can do Sarah as well. And you're just going to fill in all the data on here so we can get a practice If you have to cross out names, that's okay. You could do, yeah, do Christie's for the month. You
Okay.
could just pick any day.
Okay.
Do you have an extra one of those? Sorry, I missed that.
We're just acting as if the month were one day on the sheet, because the numbers will translate.
Hours worked on this.
Hours worked won't be on this one.
Oh, okay.
That you're just going to tell it, for this exercise, just put 8 as if it's one day.
8.
Yeah. So there's 2 Lux columns. One is the number of Lux services, and the other is a percentage of Lux services. Both come off that sheet. And there's pre-book percentage and retail per guest dollars.
Can you white out?
Oh, there's an option for
This will allow you for up to 3.
Sorry.
Just cross it, it's okay. You could just start another, you could just put it in another row. You don't need to have this perfect. This is just for math's sake, just to see if we can get the calculation down for the one day.
So here, can you explain to me again?
Okay, so once you have all the stats, does everybody have the stats in there for the one of the days?
Yeah.
If you have at least one row of stats, got at least one row in there, you got everybody's numbers in there? Yeah, okay, good, you got two. So before you get to to get to the points, once you put the statistics in there, which is those first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns, which ends at hours worked. Right after hours worked, it says Lux points. So if the stylist that you worked with hits 33% or more of Lux services, so if that number's 33% or higher in the Lux percentage column, which would be this one here, then you put 25 points. If it's lower than 33%, you put 0.
You either get it or you don't.
Correct.
0 or 25.
0 or 25, correct.
And same for the pre-book.
Same for the pre-book. If pre-book is at 75%, it's 25 points. If retail per guest is at 8, it is 25 points.
30%, not 32.
And then once you total that per row for each stylist, you can earn a total of 75 points. So you're going to put that out there. Total points possible is 75. So you put that in that second to last column there.
I'm confused.
Okay?
Okay, so you said 33% or more, right?
Right.
For the Lux.
Correct. So that's 25 points. That's 0. That's 0.
And how about for the pre-book?
Greater than 75%. See, it says 75 here.
Oh, so it's gonna be 25.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So here it would be 0, right? Because she didn't get the 75.
But you got, let's see, which one did you hit? You got pre-book's 25. So here, total points is 25, because you're going to add these 3 together.
Okay,
So
it's
25, correct.
That's what they hit.
Okay, and then out here is going to be 75 and 75. Let's see yours.
75 points.
Okay, 75, and then points possible is 75. So put a 75 there. What's that?
This with this and this with this?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Got all yours? Okay, so that's effectiveness is 100%. So put 100 there. And Lisa's 25. Total possible is 75, not 25. That's always going to be 75. Yeah, you could fill that out in advance. It's always going to be 75 possible.
So this? I got that. For next
So 25 divided by 75 is
Well, this-
30. This one is 67%, yep. Total points possible, okay, this point, this is 25, put 25 here, because that's going to be the total of these
There you
three.
go.
60%, okay, no, that's more than that, sorry. This is 25 points
So
here.
it's 33,
Yep.
75, 8.
So then 25 plus 25 is 50, so that's going to change that to 50.
So 25 and 55.
Okay, so have you totaled all your columns?
So yeah, that's.
So you take this, divide by this.
This divided by that, yep.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I get that percentage there.
That makes sense? Okay.
I guess that since it's like the month, yeah. like
Yeah,
lower
no,
down.
Okay, but your math is good?
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay, you got all that filled out? Okay, all right, good. Total points possible, this is always going to be 75. So put 75 in this
Oh,
column
okay.
there.
Put 75 here?
75 in that second to last column, in the total points possible,
I see,
yep.
okay. What's the last column? It says effective points possible.
So you're going to divide those two columns, so that's effectiveness.
Oh,
So
I
that would
see.
be this column divided by that column. Correct, you do that math? Yep. Okay, yep. 633 and 67, okay. And then you're 50 divided by, you put it 50 first and divided by 75, right? 50 divided by 75. So again, we're doing a whole month here. This is going to be done on a daily basis. So you're going to have victories. You're going to have other days where you have, failures. But you're going to know each day where the success is and what the source of the success is. So we can't afford to go a whole month and then look back and say, oh, we had 2 people who gave up. Because I looked at that. When I closed the month last month, there's 2 people who, more than 2, who just said, I'm not participating. And that's going to hurt our company in the future. It's going to make a big difference for us. So we can't afford to just let people do whatever they want and not provide the level of service that we're promising everybody. If that guest switches to another stylist and they get the experience which is different than that experience, or they just come in and just like, I'm just going to do my 6 hours today and get out of here and not deliver the full 6 steps, that has an impact on us as a business. So this allows you to see that every single day and allows you to see your effectiveness with your stylist and your results. So any questions about how we got these numbers?
The reports that everyone has, that is the same report that's posted in the back room every day from front desk, correct?
Correct.
So it's simply just taking the report from the day before.
Correct.
And utilize that.
Correct.
And you can count on that report?
That report's from Boulevard. Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Who do we submit this to?
So that's a good question. So when this is complete, so at each location there will be a growth captain. Right now you are the growth captain at Bayfront. Okay, you know that, right? Okay. So there'll be one of you at each location who's responsible for these at the who will make sure that this gets completed, know all the information about it, has the if I call or Marina calls or we need this information because we're going to look at these at the end of every week, possibly even at the end of every day in the beginning just to help you get through them. So we'll have a person here who's a growth captain, a person at the village who's a growth captain, and right now Dory is a growth captain at Bayfront. So
Congratulations, Dory.
she has been our pilot program for the Lux services, and you want to explain what you do for everybody for that so they understand what that role has been?
So I write down the appointments for the day, like all the guests that are coming in. And I write the date, and I have to do like some math and divide the guests by 0.33, right?
Times.
Times 0.33, and then we round up that number, and that's the amount of blood services that we had to do. And I gonna write that down, and then, which is our goal, and then at the end, what we achieved.
And you do that for each person?
No,
No,
Or for
all,
yours?
all of the guests.
For the day, just
No, I mean, you do that for your stylist, or
No,
you,
for everyone.
for everyone?
For a full book that day.
Yeah, everyone who's coming in that day.
Interesting, I like it. So you multiply it by 0.33 and set a goal in the morning, okay, I need 8 add-on services to meet 33.
And that's why our goal is 33%, correct?
correct.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So she's taking the total number of guests in the morning and multiplying it by 0.33, which tells us what our goal is for each day. And she writes that on the board in the back. And then throughout the day, she updates that. So she'll check with the front, see who's doing them and who's not doing them, and keep score throughout the day, and then post the final score at the end of the day.
I love it.
So that everybody's aware, everybody knows what's happening. Anybody who takes the day off and doesn't participate hurts everybody with that. So it's publicly posted that, hey, we're all in this game. We need your support with this and making it happen.
Personally, that's easier too, to know I need 4 today, instead of,
I need to hit 33%.
Yeah, right. What's the number? Yeah,
yeah, no, that's awesome, love it.
yeah. So do we have a nomination for here and for the village to be the growth captain?
she's a little.
Well, I hate to call you out, Eliza, but you're here Tuesday through Saturday. So you would be a
Okay.
great one.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you, Jen.
And I
And
will,
Liz, you, obviously, I'm sure she's communicated what she does, so we'll work on that. You're here, so thank you for being here. Appreciate
So
you.
the growth captain is responsible for the associates to understand the form, make sure they're filling out the form every day, just completing it.
correct. And I have a handout for you regarding that, how that works. So you
For
three I will be
Village,
speaking to.
how does
Yes.
that work? Is that just gonna be her and Nicole, or is that something that they need to communicate to China, Delma, and Monica?
For this,
For, yeah.
right now, it's just associates.
Okay,
At
Just them
the
two,
moment,
correct?
correct.
okay.
Just the
I just don't wanna
associates.
make it harder on myself that I have to.
Yeah, good question, but
Okay.
right now, it's the same at Bayfront. It's going to be just the associates that we're working with us on this. So there are 2 areas for growth captains. The Lux services the goal, whether we meet the goal, and then making sure that everybody understands this, fills this out, and this gets completed daily. So the numbers are posted in the back the next day. So first thing the next morning for the day before, knowing what happened to fill this up.
Equation that I need to edit for like that you'll show me how to do that?
Yeah, yes.
I got it. Oh,
yeah,
okay, I got it,
yeah.
I can help you do it.
Yeah. So we're going to take
Love
the
it.
number of guests per day.
100% love it, we're gonna be doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are these supposed to be getting posted in the back?
We have not, we only piloted it there.
Okay, I
No,
just
so,
wanna make
no,
sure.
you didn't miss anything. No,
Okay.
you guys are fine.
I don't
Nobody
think-
missed anything. We
Oh,
just,
yeah,
we had Dory
okay.
test it for a month. She's been our pilot program and she's been doing,
I have a whiteboard too, but that was for other things, but now, okay, cool.
yeah. And you guys have something here too, right?
We
You have a
have
whiteboard?
something in the back, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
We have word of the day, we'll have to go below word of the day.
Okay,
Not
well,
get
yeah,
rid of word
yeah.
of the day.
All right, somebody want to give me a summary of these 2 initiatives that are happening? The first one being the December challenge bonus. Tell me about that. What is that?
So we just have to reach like a certain, like, there's like 3 metrics. We have to reach like pre-books, retail, and then lunch services. So each one of them, like if we hit them, we get like bonuses and add-ons to our own paycheck as well. So.
Yep,
And then you have to have like 60% pre-booked. Retail with guests is $8 plus, and the Lux services you gotta have 33%.
perfect. What's different about your numbers versus their numbers right now?
Ours is 60, theirs is 50.
Right, so you got 60, there's a 75, yours is
Oh,
60.
there's a 75? Okay.
Correct, correct. A little bit less than. Okay, what else is different? What else is part of this campaign or challenge that we've never done before?
Oh, the new request bonus.
Yeah,
Yes.
So every person that you get referred and requests you get like a $5
yep, yep. How do you get new requests?
in
handing out cards, have people refer you.
Calling, like somebody calls and asks for your name.
Somebody calls and asks for your name, yeah, which maybe you gave somebody a card, then they would call in that way?
So I had a girl yesterday I work with, I've never done her hair, she's like, you know, you do all the other girls' hair here, but can you do mine, does that count? Cause she's new, never done her hair, she asked to book with me, and I like gave her my Instagram, does that count as a new?
Why would it not?
I don't know, I don't know, because if I book her through my phone.
Doesn't matter how you book her, doesn't matter how she's booked, they don't have to call, you could book
But
them.
it'll be like as a.
You're booking it, she asked for you, you
Yeah.
booked it, doesn't matter whether you book it, they book it, the front desk books it, you just put that little heart, you just say, yep, that's somebody you generated.
We have ways to add those, like, little, like, heart, like, the little stuff.
Yes, exactly, there's a little heart on there that says, did they request you,
Okay.
okay, so you wanna make sure that that's
Because it's not
ticked.
just through the phone. Like,
No, it's any way, they could book online and ask for you, they could book through you, it doesn't matter, just, there's no steps they need to follow other than to be with you.
Can I ask a question? If they meet one metric, they get $2 an hour
Correct.
for that metric.
Correct, they don't have to hit all of them.
That is, so, they have to meet, each individual gets $2 per hour. Each
Each,
individual metric
correct,
is a bonus.
correct,
And the metrics are on that paper?
yes.
Okay. I'm asking because they're different than mine?
They're a little bit different.
Yes, so I
Yeah,
just
they
want
are.
to make sure that.
They are a
I
little
can
different.
support
The
properly.
60 is the Rebook, the Lux is the same, and the Retail Per Guest is the same, but this Rebook is the only one that's different. And that's we're piloting this in December to see how this goes. You're the pilot program for this. So we will reconvene in January or before then with the profit captains or growth captains and see where we are with that. Okay, second piece of this. What's the second thing today that is new and different?
The tracking sheet.
Tracking sheet, yeah. That's different. Okay, got a growth captain? Yep. And the tracking sheet. Now, why are we having you do this tracking? What's the point of that? Why are we doing this tracking sheet?
Well, I feel like if we do like it simples down, like to know, like I need, like they said, instead of 33%, we need like 4 to meet like the goal or whatever. I feel like it's easier that way, and then you have it set in your mind for the day. I think that's helpful.
Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, that's
This is
it.
the growth, personal growth,
Mm-hmm.
Like,
personal and company growth.
Yeah. And what you could do to grow. So see where you're strong. You know, I know Jennifer had you looking at your victories and your areas where you need to work on beforehand, right? So you'll know each day, or if you have a successful day, then we can look at that day and say, what was the source of that? What did you do differently that had you be successful that day? So as a co-stylist, you're partnering with your stylist. So my recommendation would be to you when you're working with a stylist that you let them know what your game is so they support you in having you be victorious in this. You know, just let them know that, hey, this is something that, you know, a way for me to earn more because you will be earning more. So I'll let you know what you're earning more in this point system. I was an hour late, so I didn't finish this part of it, but I will finish that part. So you will have an opportunity to earn more with that as well when you're working with the stylist.
like with their numbers.
Yes.
That's how like.
Yes, with their numbers. So their success is your success. So you guys working together, it matters. So, you know, we had some really powerhouse victories in November, and you can see them on the sheets, who the people are in your location that hit, you know, very high Lux numbers, that hit very high. You know, Brenda took off with one of the Malibu treatments. Whose work was with Brenda? Yeah. So is it almost like every guest now? Like it literally became like they're all getting this.
I think with the buy one get one it helps
Yeah.
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
When does that go to?
So that was asked. That was a good question because a couple things. We were going to change it every month, but because the cycle of guests is usually 6 weeks, we're going to continue that.
Through December.
Yeah, we're going to do 2-month cycles instead of 1-month cycles because then you get a whole cycle of guests through. So that one goes on. It continues. A lot of people didn't even get started with that until 2 weeks in. So you got a tool to use. You'll always have some tool, you know, whether it's buy one, get one, or we'll have feature a couple of them or something like that. You'll always have something to talk about.
The menus, are we getting menus for the luxury services?
Okay, so if you looked in Slack, they got to be here by tomorrow morning. So if they are not, then shit's gonna go down, okay? Because I've been waiting a month for those things. They have to be done.
Are we any closer on tickets? Sorry.
So yeah, that's a really good question. I don't know if you follow, actually, it's not in Slack, but I've had a back and forth dialogue with Boulevard about this, because we've used many software systems since 1990. We were automated. We had software in 1990, and that was a DOS-based program, and they all have had tickets. Boulevard is one of the most thorough software systems that we've ever used. It has a lot, but they do not have tickets. So I've been talking to their development team about this, and we've gotten them to agree to write a program for us so that we can print tickets. So I don't know how long that's going to be, but it's in the works so that you actually have a traveler that has guest history. It has future appointments, past appointments, hopefully formula,
So helpful.
birthday notes, and things like that, so that it follows them
Just to
around.
keep, like, track of the client information and stuff like that.
And it's like who you're seeing today, and you don't have to go in and research any of it. It's all just there
Yeah.
for you and the
What
stylist.
they bought last time.
It's
What they
so
bought,
helpful.
yeah, it's right in front of you.
Because you have to like sit down in front of the computer and pre-plan so much more without.
Right.
That.
And then you gotta go in and add all the notes and stuff in there.
Yeah, I mean, you can still add the notes, but notes aren't helpful if I have to go sit in the back room and read them.
Yeah.
If they're on the ticket, it's really helpful.
Yeah, because the other thing is that even in the system, everybody says, oh, they're going digital, they don't want to print anymore, they're saving trees. But they don't even have one spot in there where you could look at all that data. You have to click 5 different spots to get all of that information out. You can't get it all on one screen. No, I'm glad you asked that. I'm glad you asked that, because that's in the works. I got a message from them Friday night, and I was real happy about that, because they're engaged in talking about it. And I posted it. They have a wish list thing for all the people who use Boulevard, and I posted a lot of messages in there and getting some support from other salons that are in favor of it too. It's nice to be all digital, but even if we were all digital, if everybody had an iPad, that data is not all on one page, so it's not going to be helpful. So a traveler really, or ticket, or whatever you want to call it, gives you so much more information. Then you could put when their next visit is, what products you recommended, and you could put everything on there before they go to the front, and it's all in one. Also, when you're talking to somebody about the products, you may have recommended something different last month, or they may have bought something different last month, and you want to ask them, how's that holding up for you? How's that product? Did you like it? Because the new month you're recommending something different, and you didn't know that you talked to them about the other one. So a lot of good stuff there, plus notes. Any notes, what they like, what they don't like, cappuccino, etc. So that's helpful in this, so that's a good question. All right, my growth captains, I will speak with you after, but now before we go, we want to pass the test out? So take your papers and put them all on the floor. Everything you have there. All right, so number 1, what is the maximum hourly bonus a bronze or silver stylist can earn? 6 is the correct answer, A. Number 2, the December challenge hourly bonus is based on which type of hours? Booked hours, very good. So that's C. Number 3, which of the following is not one of the 3 key metrics for the challenge? B, 10 new requests, very good. Number 4, minimum utilization rate required? C, which is 50%, yep. So mark down's the one you get right. Number 5, primary purpose of a co-stylist weekly tracking sheet. C is correct. To understand the co-stylist training environment and exposure to good habits. Number 6, how much does a stylist earn per new request guest? A is it? $5. A is it. Number 7, who checks the co-stylist weekly tracking sheet daily? D, growth captain. Number 8, the December challenge is not about which of the following? No, it is about real money. D, commission and pressure sales, yeah. Yeah, because you're going to get real money.
It's not funny money?
No, no, it's cold hard cash. Okay, number 9, which piece of information is not required on the co-stylist tracking sheet? Which one? D is correct. Specific product sales is not required. Good, way to pay attention. Good. And number 10, if a stylist works 100 hours, books 60, hits all metrics, and gets 10 requests, what is the total bonus? What numbers do you have? You have A?
Yeah.
You said, who said B or D? You said B? D? Said A? So if they have 100 hours and they're booked 60 hours, they would get paid on 60 hours. So they hit all the metrics. So 60 times 6 is what? 360, right? Plus 10 requests.
410.
410, so B is the correct answer. Okay, so how many got them all right? Anybody get them all right? Okay, how many missed one? Anybody missed just one? How many missed two? Just you two just missed two? You missed two, two, two? Okay. You want that? That's real cash.
That's real money.
That's real. All right, how many missed three? Three? Okay. How many missed three? Yes?
No.
You missed four. Okay. How many missed four? Okay. One for you.
Thank you.
And one for you.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Come on, ladies. Hello, you guys are leaders.
Listen, the math one I got.
Yeah.
Listen, the math one had me wrong.
And the real money one.
We're
Yeah, I
creative
thought we
beings.
wanted to be like,
We're creative.
No,
Yeah.
I said,
That's not the most important part.
I put 60 on one.
Yeah,
With
that's
the
what I
pre-book.
thought.
I put the wrong one.
Put 60 for what?
Yeah, the utilization rate, like the.
Oh, right,
And
right.
I'm thinking,
Because
well,
of the
60
pre-book.
the pre-book, so
Yes.
I just put that,
Yes.
so.
Okay. So at this point, I really need to know if you have any questions at all. I'm going to talk to you growth captains. I know you guys will have questions for you too. But do you have enough knowledge to know what there is? And the point of this is it's not to add more work. It's literally to ensure that you grow. See, you're silver and bronze now, and you're not silver and bronze. Okay, so I want you moving through that space as fast as possible. Don't want you at silver and bronze for a long time. The point of this is to move you faster through the system and not just sit back and wait. So everything that's being put in place here is for you to develop those muscles, get stronger at those areas. Now, we spent a lot of time on, passing out cards, how to generate new business, give cards, talk to people. You know how to do that. We didn't need to spend this whole hour or 2 hours on that. You know how to move the lever on all of these areas. You have what it takes, and you're working with people who clearly know, because there's 3 or 4 that are masters at every one of these areas in each of your locations. You got a master of consultation, you got a master of teaching people how to do their hair at home, you got a master of foiling, you got a master in every area that you'd ever want to grow in. You got somebody in your backyard that can support you with that. So this is the importance and the value of this, and the point of this is to move you from where you are to the next space faster than just waiting for guests to just show up. So we're going to meet again in January. I'll be meeting with you all regularly and talking to you 3 regularly so as to see what support they need and what your team needs. All right, what is your takeaway from this conversation this morning? So I'm going to have you share your takeaway with the person next to you. Each of you get an opportunity to go. So get a buddy and take 30 seconds each to share your takeaway. So you might have to get closer to them so they can hear you.
Okay, so quiz, whatever I passed out after you left, you have it there with you, okay?
Let's do this quick so we can wrap this up. Get next to somebody.
just grab them, so just, whatever she has double, that's yours, okay?
Oh, good, good. Okay.
Yeah. My takeaway is,
So, sir?
What's your takeaway, love? I'll be your buddy.
Oh, you were looking for that, oh. Oh, got it.
Is to be better about the patches and the luxury add-ons. And to start like getting my name out there and like starting to have people, yeah. Because I think like I'm like a little scared in a way to like do stuff because I don't have like a
Okay,
strong
so we can go to the
foundation
second one then?
yet.
Or you
so
want to do the
I
hour
like
before that,
have
9 to 10?
confidence to, like,
No,
Too much.
yeah.
Good for you. And you're
So
just fresh, so
this
you're
one
good
doesn't
there.
have
You're
anything.
good there.
I like hate being new
So you
at
put
things.
success.
That is like my worst.
I have that there every
I
week.
have the fear
It's
of
on
being a
rent,
beginner.
so.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it doesn't
But
have
I even
anything
just, like,
additional, so
So
we'll
that
do
could work?
12.
Okay, 12,
And
okay.
we'll do,
already tell, like,
do you want to do the 10 or the 9? I'm gonna put it on the calendar.
Let's keep it what they normally do it, so it doesn't mess things up. Keep it the normal time, so.
10 o'clock?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I've seen
We
others.
just moved it because of appointments, so I'll put it on there.
Oh,
Don't
got it.
rush yourself either.
Ah, got it, okay, okay.
To be
Whatever
there
business
faster,
building,
because
right?
remember, you're at a different place, you're at a different
For now,
spot
that's what we'll call it,
than
yeah.
others
Yep.
around you.
Okay, so you got your takeaways?
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, what's your takeaway?
that I'm good at counting now, and that looking at my numbers and like Christy's numbers, I just want to be more on top of it, I guess, that's my biggest takeaway.
Okay.
Now, like, we have like these challenges, and then like, I'm really gonna, yeah, that's my biggest takeaway.
Okay, good. Yes.
That we have a December challenge based on 3 metrics, and we have to follow the steps to be better at work and grow.
Yeah, so I think you shared something that was pretty interesting this morning when you had asked about guests. You had asked about how are you adding value,
Yeah,
and it's so broad of a statement, but there's so many different ways that each of you add value to the guest experience. Some things are tangible and some are intangible. Fluffing a pillow is something you wouldn't put on a list, but it matters. Straightening a coffee bar could be on a list, but it doesn't. Walking out to the parking lot and walking somebody in from their car, it's an intangible, but it makes a difference. Giving somebody a hug who needs a hug, having a cupcake to wish somebody happy birthday for them when they come in is an intangible. Those are all little things. So some things are measurable, some aren't, some are just from your heart. So all those things matter in the guest experience. So ultimately what all this is about is that to enhance their experience so that they have an awesome experience, that they love what they got. You know, there's over 3,000 places between Lee and Collier County where people can go get their hair cut. For us to stand out and be different, we have to be different. We can't just be doing status quo. We can't just do great hair. You know, that's one aspect of it, but that can't be all there is. Okay, your takeaway.
That I have to improve in my retail for guests. I feel like I talk about the products, like when I have a client, I'll like talk about it and I'll say, this is what I'm using in your hair, I feel like this would work really well with your hair, and then you can see and feel what it looks like at the end. But I feel like I don't, I guess, insist as much as I should, like, I guess, try to, like, oh, would you like to buy it? Or, I guess I don't know how to.
Can I ask you a couple questions?
Yeah.
So how many guests did you do for the month? Last month, how many?
Appointments?
Yep,
41.
41. So out of those 41, how many of those guests did you take the products that you talked about and pull them off the shelf and put them at the front desk?
I didn't put them at the front desk. I usually put them at the station in front of that.
Okay. Of that 40-ish guests, how many did you do that with, that you pulled the products and put them in front of them?
I would say probably a little less than half. I feel like some of I've had like younger clients and they've been very like not, like they don't conversate and like they don't show interest in like what I say, recently at least. Like on Saturday, I had this client who was just like on her computer the whole time.
Yeah.
So I felt bad trying to talk to her. in a
Yeah.
way.
So she doesn't want to be talked to, so you wouldn't.
Yeah.
When you're at the shampoo bowl is when you might mention what you're using there. You might mention those products while they're on their computer. But one thing you didn't do was pull the products down from the shelf, put them at the front desk, and these are the products that I used, because the front desk needs to know what you used. They need to put that in the computer anyway, and then leave that up to them to determine whether they're going to buy them. And are you, of the 40 guests, how many did you share with that we have this special going on right now where you buy one, get one free, or buy two, a shampoo, conditioner, get a styling aid free? What would you estimate how many you told that to?
Well, when I walked them up, I talked about it.
At the end,
Yeah,
but not before?
no, not before.
Okay, as soon as you take the cape off, they're done. So you should always remember that. Like, as soon as you pull that cape off, they're stopped listening. They're in their next, they're shopping. They have a lot of shopping to do. They're stressed right now. They're not shopping for that. They're buying their daughter a gift. So it's really hard to get anything at that point. They're done. So my coaching would be, bring that up earlier in the conversation when you're with them, when you have them, they're right here. By the way, buy one of these, buy this, get this free. And with every guest, if you will make a commitment to pull those products down with every guest, you walk everyone to the front, pull the 3 down that you use, put them up front. These are the products that I recommend for you. And then you let the front desk know that the ticket's correct, these are the products I recommend for them, and then you're off. Okay, but if you do that with 40 people, 2 out of 10 every time will leave with a product. It's statistically just known. They like the smell, even if they're not talking to you. But if that happens with every guest, if every guest has an opportunity, because they're not going to ask up front. They're not going to go, what would she use? What was that? It's just not normal to do that. That's not going to ordinarily happen. But if they have the opportunity, and people are in Christmas mode now, they want to be spending, they love the fragrance. You commit to every single guest. Just that's only simple change. There's no pushing. You're an educator. You're not a pusher. It's not who you are. You wouldn't be in this business if you were. So don't take that out of your mindset. You're not doing anything wrong in that regard. Just the education is the process. Educating them on this. This is what I'm using and why I'm using it. Your hair's dry. This product works excellent on that. And we have this special going on. I'll leave them at the front desk for you. That's the only thing you have to shift, and your numbers will alter. Okay, so if you check in every day and you go, all right, I had 5 today. How many did I do that with? And tell yourself the truth. Like, did I do that with all 5, or did I get behind and not do it? You'll see that there's a difference. When you do, it matters. Okay? It's great to notice that and to see where it is, but you don't need to change who you are to do that. I don't want you being some pushy person. That's not who you are. But when you're confident and you know and you believe in what you're using and you're sharing that, it's a much different conversation. You're the pro. Okay? We do that this month? Okay. Next.
I guess like the same thing with the products, because I got like 0 on the.
And you did a lot of guests too, right? How many guests did you do?
I did like 13.
13?
Yeah.
Okay.
But, like I didn't get like any of the retail sales, so I guess I gotta work on that.
Well, okay, so the same question I had for her. How many of them did you share what you're using, that we have a promotion, and did you walk to the front and put the products down at the front desk?
I try to get all of them like with the products. I do tell them in the front and take it up if I have time, but sometimes I'm
So of the 13, how many do you think you did that with?
I did like half.
Okay, all right, well then that's indicative of the result too. So that'll tell you, like that's the easy part. So if you commit to that and to doing that at every guest, you're not being any different, just sharing your way, just what you're passionate about with them. And that's all there is, okay? With all 13. So if you do 13 this month, that you've done that with all 13. I actually pulled it down, put it up there, had the conversation with them at the shampoo bowl. Just shift those 2 things. Okay, how about for you?
Kind of like what they said too, my retail, I guess. I do have like a lot of male clients, so I feel like it's sell to them. Like I do explain to them, but like some guys like they are younger, so they'll use like whatever they get 3 into them, whatever at home.
Yeah.
But I will like explain to them, and I'll tell them about like the styling products that I would use in their hair. Like,
Yeah.
So like 2 of my buddies that come in, they have like curly hair, so I use their curl agent, whatever we have, and I'll use that on their hair, and I'll explain that to them. But sometimes they won't. Like usually, like they'll just walk out the door. They won't.
Perfect example of it. You found a need, like what they need for their hair type. This is what I need. As long as you're sharing that with, how many guests did you do?
Only
8?
8.
Okay, it's 8. There's nothing wrong with 8. It's 2 a week. It's great. Okay, he's going to do more this month. So with each one of those, this coming month, what it is, how it works, and that's all you need to do. You don't need to do anything other than that, and put them up front for them too. You're the expert. You're damn good at men's hair cutter, so they're going to listen to you.
Yeah. My biggest takeaway was, looking at the percentage of the deluxe services and to why they're very important. And I really understood the message that you sent out to us. Based on this meeting, now I understood what you were talking about. Yeah, I'm like comparing the numbers of, the stylist and some other stylists that have done way better on the Lux services. So I think I think that's one way to go about it. And it's hard a little bit when some stylists don't, support it. But I'll try to do that for the most part and, do better.
So 3 great things there. So I want to start from the last one. You said, okay, some stylists don't support it. Okay, so my request with all of you, if you have a stylist who's just, doing their thing, let them know what you're responsible for this month. Like, I'm getting graded on your work, so we need to do this together. So who today can we do some Lux? Who can I add more value to their visit today with the Malibu treatment or with the whatever one that stylist gravitates to? But you want to share that with them. It's okay for you to share that with them because I'm going to look at you and them in every week too. So that matters. So please do share this with the people that you work with so that they know that you're there to support them with this. That's the whole point of having a co-stylist, so that the guests can get better service. Second thing, not in order, but it was the first thing you said. What message did I send out? What message were you referring to? I want to.
I believe it's kind of relating to how you said earlier about, if we don't have any guests that we brought personally, to at least, offer deluxe services to clients who work with stylists.
Yes.
That are booked.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you touched on that a little bit too, I think.
Yeah, because I think it got lost in the messaging. A
Yeah.
lot of people either didn't see it or didn't know what to interpret it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so does everybody see that? Yeah. Yeah, so it's the salon experience for that. So thanks for bringing that up. Thanks for acknowledging that. Thanks for being a part of that too, so that it's not just your lane, it's the entire, and especially when the growth captains are putting up there, that's what we have to have for the day. But we have the time to offer those extra things. The best complaint I ever got was a guest who was sitting up front who, it wasn't a complaint, it was just an attitude a little bit. She was, when I had walked into the salon, she was a little bit, I could tell she was a little irritated. She looked like she was looking at the front desk, waiting for somebody to take care of her. She had that look on her face that something wasn't settled or right. And I wanted to make conversation with her just to say hello, and I offered her something to drink, and she said, I said, can I get you something? Cappuccino, Prosecco, mochaccino, water. She said, you're the 5th person that's asked me that. And I love that she said that, because that told me that there were 5 other people there who were paying attention, who were aware of her. Her stylist was running late, but there were 5 people that were concerned about her. That went over to say, hey, can I get you anything? What do you need? So that's another form of adding value, when just because you're not working with that stylist, you're still supporting them. I see it happen here a lot, where a guest has really long hair and the blowout started, and you got a long way to go with the blowout, and 2 other people will pick up a blower and start blowing that hair out. So they get 3 people on one to get that guest out of here. That level of teamwork being that, so it doesn't just have to be a luxe service, it can be in any form of supporting the team. And there was something in the middle of those two that you said too. I don't remember what it was. Do you remember the second one you said? You said a lot, but those were two that I picked up on that I wanted to talk about.
I just talked about, the importance of the Lux services and the percentages and.
Yeah, oh, actually, yes, I now remember that you said that. You did some on your guests. What was your percent? How many did you do?
For myself, I did, 33%.
Okay, that's, personally you did that?
Yeah,
Okay, that's good. That's really good.
yeah.
That's the number. Well done. Good job. Yeah, that's fantastic. Good. So you're having those conversations.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think I'm probably annoying too, like, coming to a fund and say, hey, I did this person, for her next visit, she wants this, and it's,
It's just sharing it. You're just sharing it. It's you're sharing a gift for somebody.
I
Yeah.
know, but,
No, it's not annoying at all. It's actually doing your job. It's actually sharing, giving them a little bit more of their experience than just a haircut. People start talking about things differently. The Malibu treatment, they'll talk about that differently. The eye patches, they'll talk about that differently. The hand massage, they'll talk about that differently. Your head, neck, and shoulder massage, the steamer, whatever it is that you're using, they talk about it differently. Yeah.
Can I add from a stylist perspective? Sometimes I think I come off as I don't want to add on services. I just have a hard time adding it here, and I rely on my associate to add it there. It's like, Katie, somebody, did Jen tell you about? And I'm going, nope, Jen didn't tell you a thing about it. Because Jen didn't. I'm over here and I'm in hair, and then we've added luxury services unless it's a conditioner. I'm not thinking about it. So it might not be that they don't want to support, they don't know how to add it into where they are, if that makes sense. So if you're doing it and you're supporting it, it's happening, and I'm 100% for it, it's just not in my habits yet. And so I'm counting on it, I'm trying to remind them, please do that, please do that, please do that. So that can be your way to support somebody who maybe doesn't seem like they're on board, if that makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah, and use that when you were talking to them before too, talking about habits, and this is developing those habits so that it's not just a 1 month thing. These are habits for you to develop on a regular basis so that it becomes second nature for you to have those offerings always. It's not like something we're doing. It's in our vocabulary. It's always there, these habits. Okay, takeaway for you. I know you were in and out for part of it. What is your takeaway so far?
I need to be better about adding the luxury services on, like when I'm at the bowl and talking to them. Because sometimes, like, I'll get caught up talking to them about, like, holidays or something, and then I'll just forget to add it, or I'll forget to, tell them about the promotion we're doing.
Yeah.
So if you buy it today, you can get your next one for free.
Yeah.
But I just need to be better with that.
Yeah. Okay, good. It's great to acknowledge the truth. Like sometimes I forget. It just doesn't happen. But you have the talking points down. I've heard you share them because you're really. It's very natural for you to share. So you blend it in with your conversation with each guest like it's ordinary, like it's the sun is shining today, and then there's this. So when you do, it's a gift to them too. So when you think of it like that. Sarah, anything you want to add as I think pretty much one of the champions of the month. I think you had 60 something, some crazy number. Yeah, it just became natural for
Well,
you.
my biggest thing is that we all have some room to grow no matter where we are in our profession, how long I've been here. We all have somewhere to grow and it shows. This is not necessarily to put pressure on anyone, it's more like to just hold each other to a higher standard that we have here. Because I always say, like, I love to come here because we hold each other to a higher standard. Like Rob said, we just have a different experience here that we want to teach all the clients that we have here that we're different. So it's not necessarily to be like, you suck.
Yeah.
No, it's
Not at all.
we all have a standard that we know that we have that we all slack. So it's just we're all just holding each other to that. And especially, you know, like Jen said, like there's gonna be times where, you know, I need my co-stylist to be that person. So this is just you know, a good foundation and project that you guys are starting in at such an early age in the industry for you guys. So it's like definitely take it all in now, and don't look at it as like, great, here's another, you know, great, another thing for me to add to my plate. No, it's not that. It's just another open path for your guys' success. Like this is all it is. And me, myself, being in the program, it's making me grow as well. And that's why I say, like, no matter where you are, everyone has room to grow. And my numbers have shown that he is putting into play your success, and I'm gonna go for it. So, you know, at the stage that you guys are now, definitely listen and go for it.
Yeah, that's very well said. And there's one other piece I want to add to that, particularly about you. If you look at her, if you have a village sheet and you look at her results for the month, not only having the highest Lux services, but you also see she had the highest new requests too. You get 10. So it creates conversations about the visit when there's extra things done other than just the hair. So that gets people talking about it, which generates people calling and saying, I want some of that. So there's a correlation between all of them. They all kind of work together. And yours in particular had that for the month, which was, you know, a direct result of that. Okay. Last words. We're going to meet again when?
January 12th, I put it on your book at the prom, that's at the top, and it's going to be at 10 o'clock. Today we were at 9 o'clock because of the other place, but I put it at 10 o'clock, January 12th, so add it to your calendar in case I forget, because everyone forgot November except for Rob.
Oh, yeah, I was by myself last month.
He was here last month,
Yeah.
and I walked in and I was like, are you kidding me? And he's like, we have our meeting, and I was like, we have our meeting? Yes, we do. And he's like, nobody's here. Oh, nobody's here. So I guess we deserved a little late show up today.
Yeah, page back. Yeah. January 12th?
January 12th,
It's the
10
week
a.m.
after it's the week after
So
the
those of you that
Wella.
don't come every Monday, that.
And the week before that is the Wella training on the new product that they
At
have
the Village.
at the Village.
That's why we're not doing the 5th. The 5th is 10 a.m. at the Village for the smooth and the filler demo.
It's gonna be at the village.
It's at the
Yeah.
Village.
Now, the people that weren't here today, who will take them and be responsible for getting them this information from your teams? Who's not here from here?
Here,
Katie and
Elizabeth.
Katie and Elizabeth? Okay, so will you recreate with them?
Yeah.
Okay. And from Bayfront?
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah, will you recreate with her? And from the Village?
Nicole.
Nicole, and you'll recreate with her? Yes? Okay. Okay. All right, thank you all.
Whatever packets you guys got today, I'll see if I can get you guys an extra for each one of them for you guys to give to them as well.
Oh, yeah,
So they can
yeah.
see.
Yeah, that'd be
what you
great.
guys want.
That'd be great. Okay, so thank you for being here. Thanks for being willing to always shift gears, always to turn left or right, always to be up for some new challenge, some new way. You know, I'm always going to try to disrupt the comfort level, because if you're not being uncomfortable, if you're too comfortable, you're not growing. So this is by design to do that. So growth captains, I need you. I know you got mommy here, but I'll do that with mommy. So you could do, mommy can be included on the growth captain piece, because we owe her now. She's been waiting all this time. So, and everybody else, have a great day. Thank you.